back to the Brownie Chat. Another week and another episode.
Episode 38.
Yes, 38.
We're half asleep.
What?
You are. You're
I'm
literally
actually
like...
so tired.
He's literally like, hello.
But by the time this is out, we won't be in the country.
No. Today is my birthday.
What?
The day we release it.
The day we release it, yes.
It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
So, yes, there's that. And we've got a busy week ahead.
Yeah, so we might not have an episode out next week, basically, because we're away for a week and not going to have time to...
We might. Do you know what we could do?
We could do that Thursday. No,
what we could do is do like a Brownie Chat style vlog and just upload it whenever we can of the whole trip.
Yeah, would you like that? Not that anyone cares.
But we could do like a little, just like 4 to 5 seconds of everything and just vlog it all.
We're going to do that anyway.
Yeah, but...
But yeah, so we're not going to have an episode out next week, but we will have one out today on my birthday, 21st of July.
Yes. So yeah.
By the time you see this, we're going to not be in the country.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah. So yeah, episode 38. I think our last few episodes have been a bit... Well, actually, even our last one was a bit deep, actually. Kind of. And the financial one. And
it wasn't deep.
It was.
Last week was Am I an Arsehole for?
Oh, no, the week before, sorry. The
With your mum?
Yeah, and even the one before where we were talking about, like... Oh, I can't remember now. Oh,
yeah.
I lost track. But anyway, no, maybe we should ground ourselves a little and, yeah, just... not... Because, basically, will you explain what you and mum have been doing? But the actual essence of it.
Yeah, so basically...
It might seem, by the way, like... It is very jokey, what they're doing, but there's a positiveness and a different, like a serious undertone to it if you actually really deep it.
So basically, me and my mother-in-law have started on my personal TikTok. We've just basically created videos together. And the first video we did together was actually her birthday. So we just did like a little transition video and that did alright. And then we did like a little sketch. It was not a sketch, but basically we just kind of promoted our relationship in a positive way because like, not even just in our culture, but a lot of mother-in-laws are seen to be the evil person trying to get involved.
Or it's the reverse, like daughter-in-laws are seen to be evil and like not listening. Or...
I know, but I'm going it from obviously my perspective where going into a family, especially in the South Asian culture, so going into the family and having this perception that the mother-in-law is all about her son.
Doesn't let you listen to...
No, not that. The mother-in-law will always take her son's over regardless. What?
Well, as in, doesn't listen to her daughter-in-law. Yeah, I do, because it's the other way around. But...
So in our relationship, it's he's not involved. and just all like the negative side. And you see a lot of it on social media, not just on TikTok, but on social media. And not even just on social media, you hear it between the fine lines, don't you? That, oh, so-and-so's mother-in-law, oh my God. Like, oh, my mother-in-law's so horrible to me. She's always in our lives. She's always
even like over. Non-Asians, like...
That's what I'm saying, it's not just...
It's very like general thing where like, oh, the in-laws are coming over, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, oh, I've got to go over, like, I've got to pretend to be... I've got to put on a smile for the next couple of hours just for the sake of it.
But it's actually...
In our relationship, with mine and my mother-in-law's relationship, it is very... It's not like that at all. Like, we joke around all the time. We're very close. We chat for hours. Like, he might be home. If because obviously I don't work Fridays, we have like 3-4 hours where we are on our own. And we literally just chat for so long, hours and hours, having tea together, and then he comes home and then we have dinner together. So our relationship was very positive. And basically,
but I think that comes from one, you both spoke about it the other day, breakfast, but it does come from, I guess you could say, empathy, and like thinking what the other person might be thinking and what they like and what they don't like. Where like there's a level of like compromise between the both of you, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so that's what we've been trying to. So with our videos, we've done a few makeup videos together. We've just us spending time together, doing our makeup, and then I put like get ready with me and my mother-in-law, and then there's been another time where I put when your mother-in-law is your best friend, just like those kind of things, because one, it's true, and two, it's
nobody
also
really puts that out.
No one puts that out there,
even if it is positive as well.
But even there, I think I've seen like maybe like 2 or 3 positive videos of mother-in-laws. There's a lot of hate on TikTok. So one of our videos that we put out, it's got like nearly 400,000 views, and it's got over 400 comments, and a lot of the comments are all of the comments are positive. And a lot of the comments are saying how this is the first time they've seen anything like this before, because there's so much negativity online about mother-in-law and daughter-in-law relationships, and especially in the South Asian culture.
And yet it might be like quite joking. Like some of them are like not fake, but what's the word, like acted out a little, you could say. But even so, what they're doing is what they normally be doing.
Yeah,
really,
so
like it's just re-performed, re-recording kind of what.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's actually, it's like you see all these skits of like other things, like where people do typical mother-in-law things that they do wrong, or where it's actually negative. Like, but it's a joke. Like it's a joke that mother-in-laws just talk a lot or this or that. But it's like 5 types of mother-in-laws, you could say, and they do all 5 negative things. Whereas, I guess this is promoting it in a more positive
and
tone.
also, like I said, like a lot of people have said they've not seen it before. So we've got a little avenue. Is that the right word?
No, there's like a gap in the market.
Yeah, gap in the market in that sense. Because we've gone on live now twice, and first time ever, like I've had over 100 people watching our lives, and there's so many comments going, people are saying like,
or people are actually questioning it, thinking like, is this real? Like kind of, no, they have like, as it not as if that's real, but as in like they're trying to find something negative out of it. Like, you know, the person that was commenting saying like, so does your husband have a relationship with your mum and this and that, trying to find something.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah, in that sense, yeah. But a lot of the comments are like also people asking for advice, like, my mother was like this and I tried this, like what would you suggest, or I've had this issue, like, so that they're coming to us for advice because we've got such a positive relationship. And also people are liking that, a lot of people are going, we've not seen this before, and that this should happen more. So me and my mother-in-law have spoken quite a few times actually that hopefully we can start, obviously we're going to continue this, and hopefully we can grow some sort of like platform or whatever you want to call it, where people can come to my page and where they can see that it's all positive. And
it's something
a lot of
positive,
young girls going into marriages might actually think, it might not be that bad, because I know going into this marriage, obviously being outside the family, coming into a marriage, I have seen so many negative things online about, not just about mother-in-laws, but just about moving in with the in-laws, marrying into an outside family, blah, 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 marriage in general. And it's a lot of it is about negative mother-in-laws. So I was like, I don't know how Auntie's going to be, my mother-in-law. I don't know how she's going to behave with me. Is she going to expect me to cook, clean, and do everything whilst working? Because that's a very typical thing that happens in Asian households, that the daughter is expected to cook, clean, and do everything, but then no one to help her. So obviously I went in not thinking exactly that, but obviously not thinking, what might it be? But alhamdulillah, I've been very blessed and I don't have that. We've got a very open relationship. We talk, I tell her about my issues, she tells me about her issues. we spend time together, or every day we have dinner together.
But I think what's something.
But we communicate.
What's important is like if we do go out, it's as in me and AISHA, it's not an issue. I don't think it's ever been an issue if we're going out.
Yeah, but also, and I've said this to your mum as well, I said how, yes, we go out, but I will always, if he doesn't ask, I will always make sure to be like, Auntie, do you want to come with us? Just so that she, even if she says, no, I don't want to go, like, you guys go. The fact that I've actually made the effort to ask, because, you know...
That's where problems start.
Because if I imagine we always go out and I just forget about her, or I'll mention anything, or even if it's just like, oh, we're going out, do you want anything? You know, something like that. So it might not be that we're inviting
consideration,
her out,
really.
but just, yeah. Because sometimes he won't ask, he'll be like, let's just go. And I'm like, yeah, but let's just ask. No, come on. Just be honest, don't lie.
No, but obviously, from my point of view, I'm trying to think of AISHA like, I'm thinking, oh, maybe she just wants it to be just us. Why should I just keep saying like, oh, and sometimes we do, and we do, we do get that chance, and obviously.
No, but we can say to Mum, oh, it's just gonna be us.
Yeah, and it's not.
She's not gonna go, oh, no, thank you. How dare you? Because even though, like I think one time where you said you did like a date night at home, and you said to your mum, can you go home for this or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
and I sorted something out. Yeah. So.
And then Auntie wasn't home. The first thing I said was, where's Auntie?
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm just so used to coming home and Auntie being there. So when she's not there, I'm like, where what? And even if she was there, it wouldn't have been an issue. She probably would have.
Because we still get our time. But anyway, I think what's different, whereas like, you know, so many influencers do the same of what other people do, like. Yeah, there's loads of makeup videos. Okay, fair enough. They might do their makeup differently. They might have a different following, but they're doing the same thing. Or the same with like couples. Like they'll do pranks on each other. Yeah, they'll do different types of pranks, but the whole essence is pranks. Whereas there isn't something that you're copying here. You're not taking influence from something else. You're making your own.
And do you know what? A lot of people have been commenting saying, Inshallah,
I can do this, or we can do this.
I can have this relationship with my mother-in-law. Especially, and I feel like there are a lot of these are young girls who are not married yet or going into a marriage. And they're like, oh, and I think they've tagged like their fiance or partner, whoever it is, and go, Inshallah, this will be me and my mother.
And a lot of people have actually, I don't know, maybe it's just how people are, but they've come and aired their problems on your comments. No, obviously...
Not a lot, like a few.
No, there have been quite a few be like, like for example, I wish I had this, my mother-in-law shouts, or I wish I had this, you know. They've explained which is why it's clear that it's uncommon. It's
uncommon, and also I invite, like you said, they to share their problems, but actually let it be a safe space where they might not have that space to go and vent. So people, oh God, it's raining. Yeah. So people can come and vent on my page if they want to, because if they feel like that's their way of, they're seeing our content going, oh, this is so lovely and mashallah, and then they'll go, oh, but I really wish I had this. It could open up an opportunity for other girls to comment, and like they can kind of create like a chat or group chat.
Yeah, it could be like like you said, a safe space, or even taking advice from, like there might be like things that. Actually, for example, it could be like people have just got married and they're seeing these videos, and they could be like, oh, they might inspire their mother-in-laws to do videos.
But it's not even just daughter-in-laws. Some mother-in-laws have commented, and there was one person that commented, and she's got 4 sons, and she basically said, Inshallah, I can have this relationship with my 4 daughter-in-laws because I have no daughters myself. So it's like, mothers already are wishing that they can have, or wanting to have this relationship with their own daughter-in-laws.
Obviously, we're putting it in a public eye, so obviously there's more of a like chance it can be seen. Whereas there are probably cases like I actually saw a video the other day of a girl put up screenshots of her chats with her mother-in-law, and they were like cute chats. They were literally like, oh. Are you going to be home, or are you going to be this?
Yeah, there's a lot of... And there's a few people that comment going, oh, me, my mother-in-law like this.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't put it out there, which is fair enough. Like not everyone wants to be like in the public eye, but the effect that you guys are having by doing it is a positive effect, because some people might comment and there might be like one negative comment one negative comment out of 100, but 99 people are taking a positive influence from this. So it's not like you're sat there promoting a certain makeup product or a product. You're promoting a relationship. So
and also, like me and your mum was saying, how like people might think it's fake, but if it was fake, we wouldn't
even put it out there.
Like, not even.
And you're not even making money from it. So it's like,
not even putting it out there. Like, it would be hard to make those videos if we didn't like each other.
Yeah, like you would tell if it's forced. To be honest.
You would like, as in, And now I think because we've been on a live a few times, people are seeing how we are, and you can see, like, people say, like, oh, you can see that the nod on Auntie's face, or you can see the happiness, or you can see the glow. Like, you don't see that if it's not real, and we're not faking it, because we enjoy, like, every day I come home and I'm like, Auntie, what video should we make now?
And they might be thought out videos, but they're still, you have to have a certain mindset to even want to make them video. No, but to even want to make a video like that.
Think about it.
Not even think about it. You have to want to do it with that person. You can't just do it because. And it would make more sense if they faked it if they were making money from it, or if there was some sort of sponsorship.
We literally have no followers.
There's no followers. There's obviously now alhamdulillah, they're getting a bit of a. You are actually getting a bit of a following, a bit of a. There's so many people that comment on your videos that are people that have repeated their comments and seen your videos, or someone that said, "Oh, I love your videos," meaning they've seen more than one.
Yeah, or they've come on live and go, "We really like your videos," or "Your relationship with your mother-in-law is really beautiful," stuff like that.
Yeah. I think there's like multiple factors.
I think it will take time though.
No,
I'm hoping
forget that.
This time next year.
The fact that you even got to this point where you're even like doing videos like this is you've come a long way since the start of the marriage. I'm not saying it was negative at the start, but from the start to now, how like it just shows you how relationships can flourish like with time. Yeah. And obviously, if you allow yourselves to even be in that space
I think it's really important. I mean, we're not gonna go too deep into it because we could, but me and Auntie want to be able to speak about it as well, like in depth. But we always say that, like he's just said about letting the relationship build and flourish and things like that. It's taken time. It's because we both have learnt to learn each other. Just like how me and Nafees have learnt how to live with each other. So, me and Auntie have also
So at the start, like, you're right, Mum might have had certain expectations. Not about cooking, clean, but just in general, like a certain type of daughter-in-law she wanted. And obviously there's a mould that she's made in her head that she wants someone to fit that.
And also with me as well.
And you had the same...
I would have thought, oh, maybe Auntie's going to expect me to do this.
Yeah. So obviously in them two situations, one, you'd be reluctant to be a bit more open, and two, Mum would be a bit more reluctant to be like forcing her to do things to make her into that mould. So over time, Mum has noticed that Aisha doesn't like certain things or doesn't do certain things, and you've also noticed that, like, say if I say something that might upset Mum, you're like, she don't like that. You have to have understood what Mum's like to know to say she won't like that, and things like that. And people, daughter-in-laws, are reluctant to allow themselves to even be happy because they think that it should be negative. I think sometimes it's so built in their head.
I think it's because they just see and hear.
That's what I'm saying. It's so built in their heads that they've seen so many negative things, even probably within their own family, that they've seen. And it could be even like, it's not like Mum's had like the most perfect like happiness and life around her to expect like such a good relationship with you. So in that sense, Mum was hoping that she could have that so that she can kind of battle against all the negativity and have something positive to kind of...
And to be honest, like, we've still got loads, like in any relationship.
It's actually only been 2 years, not even been 2 years. And it's only obviously since we've moved and got our house, that's when it's been a bit more like we can open up a bit more and things take time.
Also, because one, it takes me a long time to get for me to open up to people. because even you probably noticed, since maybe, I don't know, living in this house or a year into our marriage, not even like, just of us knowing each other. Because when you live together, it's so much different. Like, you're so vulnerable all the time. Like, oh my god, choking. It's not like I'm like, before we got married, obviously he came over to ours, I went over to his, but we would put on a persona, like put on a bit, not an act, but you would be your best version, right? Because obviously you're in front of family, you want to be the best person you can be, but once you're living together, something upsets you.
The barriers are gone.
You can't just hold it for a couple of hours and go home and cry about it.
And also,
you've got to deal with it.
And it also it goes, obviously in our culture this happens a lot, and our religion, because of how it is, you do go from 0 to 100, and we've spoken about this before, about how like it goes from like just house meetings and go to each other's houses with family, not even alone, to then all of a sudden you're expected to kind of like
live together.
Not expected, but just you're meant to live together. And like obviously in a non-Islamic culture and Islamic way, obviously people have that time. They say they end up spending like 3 months together, for example, or 4 or 5, or even a year or 2 years,
or even, and
then they move in together. They have a slow progression, whereas
but it's even little things like going on holiday together, because that's a way
before getting married and like,
or before you get in a house, because like some of my friends, they've been in a long-term relationship and they've gone on holiday for like with their boyfriends for like a week or two, and again that's a similar environment to living together. Obviously not the exact same, but
you have to be with where else are you going to
go? Yeah, and that's, a lot of people say a holiday can make you or break you, whereas obviously in our religion, but then obviously we put our trust in Allah that it's meant to be, and that's
just how it is. Like,
and obviously there are hard, like even sometimes, like if we're annoyed with each other or I get upset,
you can't just run away. Like you just.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how, like with your mum, like I don't always wanna show that, because I don't want her to be like, oh no, they're upset with each other or whatever. Because one, that's not really anything, that's between us. That was, we got to deal with that. But it's hard to. I think now. Maybe I'm a bit more open now. I'm like, oh, you're pissing me off. Nafees.
But also, yeah. But also, it's the fact. I hope you agree. But it's also the fact that Mum hasn't meddled in and asked you. Has she ever asked you? Has anything gone wrong? No. She's never really like asked me. She might have noticed my mood gone and she's like, "What's wrong?" Yeah, that's fair enough. Like, of course, someone cares. They're gonna ask. But she hasn't specifically said like, "What have you been arguing about?" Or have you been arguing? Or has she even known like?
And she probably does know.
And yeah, and
she might have.
But I can't say that.
I can't say that, but she might realise that, oh, okay, they've just had an argument, or they're not talking to each other, or something, like whatever it is. But she's never got involved, and that's good, because I feel like if she did, because imagine if she's annoyed with her husband and I get involved and go, what's wrong?
Not even that. If she did know, and in her head she'll be like, actually Aisha's right and Nafees is wrong, but am I meant to stick up for Nafees?
Yeah, it's not fair.
And then also she might be like, actually, well, Nafees is right, but I don't want Aisha to think that And
I think obviously we know from experience that getting parents involved.
One thing I'll never do is I'll never really even talk to friends about problems. Well, I won't talk to friends about issues between us if we have any, or whatever happens. And two, nobody needs to be involved, because as soon as an extra person gets involved, they have a new opinion of that person, whether that's a negative or positive. They now have that in their head that they've got something else they can think about that person. So when it comes to it, and say if I speak to them again, they'll be like, oh, but she did that last time as well. So like, it kind of adds up in their head subconsciously.
And also, it's got nothing to do with anyone else but you and your partner.
Obviously, if things get
if it was
deep
like he slapped me.
Yeah, then like obviously.
Then I would be going to my mum and dad and be like, look, like that's deep. But if it was like he's really pissed, like we've argued over, I don't know, I can't even give an example. Like, like he's wet the floor because he doesn't know how to bloody put the water in the cup, and I get really annoyed, then yeah, that's nothing to do with anyone else. or just
starting
like
to get personal. But there's an extent.
Or it could even be like, I want to go and see my friend, and he's like, no, I should, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's never done this, but he could say like, no, like, I don't want you to go this time, and I get really annoyed. That's between us. Like, someone else, like your mum or my mum or my dad or my brother or my whatever cutting involved, they're gonna be like, why are you not letting her go?
Yeah.
Or actually, no, actually, you should listen to me. It's like, he's your husband.
And then there'd be like, an extra thing to think about or know, an opinion, like we said about them. But also, I was also thinking that, what was I thinking? No, it relates back to like their relationship, because in a positive way. Oh, what was I going to say? It was about what we just talked about.
What, your mum not knowing?
No, about like, I can't remember now.
But also, I think also us having a really good relationship is that because our relationship is our relationship. It's not a relationship because of you. Does that make sense?
You're not forced to have to do these things, or like you because I'm there, or
yeah, like for example, like yours, like you and my mum, your relationship is good. But it's not good because it's because of me. You get on.
Yeah, I don't have to wait for you to be around to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, same with like me. I don't have to wait for Nafees to come home and be like, okay, now I'll go and sit with my auntie. Like, if actually anything, in the last couple of weeks, a month or so, me and auntie sit together and Nafees is like in a different room. And then he comes and we're like, what do you want?
I think, like, it
okay,
is
actually,
unusual.
can you be honest?
Oh.
Can you be honest? Now, actually be honest. Don't be like, oh, weird and stupid. What do you think about this? Like, are you like jealous?
No.
Because every time.
No. Yeah, I get annoyed, but not because some of it's just an act and me just exaggerating like I do. But what I want to say is, like a lot of the time, daughter-in-laws do put up an act to their mother-in-laws because of their husband.
Do you think I am?
No, wait, let me finish. Because of their husband. So, yeah, they might be nice and very civil and very cute and very whatever, but it might just be because their husband has asked them to.
Yeah, just for me, can you behave this way? Just
for me, can you just do this? And I can't say I've ever had to outwardly say to Aisha, respect my mum, or do this or do that. She's just, even if she's been annoyed, like, she'll just either be very quiet and on her own, or she just won't say anything rude. Like, even if she's annoyed with me, it's so annoying for me, but if she's annoyed at me, she'll never be, like, moody towards my mum. Like,
I'll never do that.
She would never take it out on anyone else.
Just a normal conversation.
But my point is...
Does that annoy you?
Yeah, of course it does.
Why?
Not that you... I don't want you to be annoyed at my mum.
No, but why?
Because you're talking to her, not me. Right? But anyway, no. My point is, they often get... Even the reverse way, like the wife could say to her husband, like, just talk to like my mum and do this or do that, or just
spend some time.
Spend some time with her, or do this, or why don't you ever do this? I don't think vice versa, we've ever had that issue, which is why it's been so nice up until this point that we don't have that worry. So that's one less common South Asian cultural worry that people have that we don't have to worry about. So that's what I was going to say. So one, we don't have to worry about making sure that our partners are on best behaviour around our family. And two, yeah, I have to tone it down and be less me because I'm too much. But yeah, but no, I think it is nice, and for me, it's been nice in the last few weeks to see. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's been nice to see because husbands do or partners do, like, they wish for the day that their mum and wife are like just getting along, like without there being any issue or any forcing or any this or any that. They wish for the days that like it's just a casual relationship and a friendship. So obviously, alhamdulillah and mashallah to their relationship, and inshallah it flourishes, inshallah it continues to grow.
Inshallah.
But In
But
my head,
what?
no. In my head, it's like it's grown from 0 to 100 so quick. Like,
what do you mean?
No, let me explain. No, because of how small amount of time we've been married, and how quickly their relationship.
So did you think like it would take like 5-6 years?
I didn't think it. I didn't think that. I thought it would take much more time for you to be like, Nafees, I always need you around, or Nafees, please. Even though I like spending time with your family, I like it when you're, which you probably still do in some when other people are around. But it's
Not
very.
with your mum though.
But yeah, it's so nice to like
yeah,
the other
like
day.
when we're with your like the other in-law, like my other in-laws. Yeah, I would rather you be there.
Yeah.
But,
or mum there, or someone.
Or yeah, like either you or your mum. But when it's home, I'm not like waiting for you.
And
to come home.
also like.
I'm like, can we just?
I think it's quite overwhelming at times because it kind of feels like too good to be true, which is what it probably looks like on TikTok as well. Like it's too good to be true. This can't be real. That kind of thing, but it is, and it does happen. And like I'm pretty sure, like that we were away for the weekend, literally just one day, and I'm pretty sure you was texting mum quite a bit, and she was asking like this and that, and like they were sharing information about like the TikTok and stuff. I don't think that ever really happens. That I don't think like mother-in-laws or they might just have one relationship where they're nice to each other in person but don't text, or they just text nice things but don't do the other.
But to be honest, me and your mum, when we're away, we don't always text actually.
No, I'm saying just yesterday. I'm
okay,
saying just about this since being closer.
Yeah. And I think also doing these TikToks, even though we're very close, it's helped us. Yeah, I know. Has helped us be even more closer because because we both enjoy doing it, and it's not like we're just doing it for the TikTok, but like when we're getting ready and stuff, we're just generally chatting, and I'm helping her do her makeup, and then like Auntie, like the other day, she said, "Oh, why don't we do this TikTok?" So we just did that. So at least it will be. I just hope it doesn't get to a point where we're both like, "Oh, I've got to do it now. Come on, let's go and do it." Like, do you know what I mean? Because we are enjoying it.
Yeah, I think it's like honeymoon period for it as well.
I don't think it will become like that because hopefully.
You'll have do you know what? There's so many like scenarios and like sketches and skits or whatever you want to call it that haven't been like portrayed yet, haven't touched or like on. And there's so many, and there's so many like. And
I think also
go down
we both like giving advice.
And also it's nothing new for mum because she loves this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not
I think
like,
that's what makes it easier because if it was me going, "Oh, come on, Auntie," like
let's do this.
Like, why don't we do this? It's actually Auntie going, "Come on, AISHA," or oh my god, okay, I'm just gonna get really hot. Hold on. Oh my god, that's so nice. Thank you.
So.
Yeah, I think if that was it, because sometimes with him, I'm like, "Come on, let's do a video together." And he's like, "Oh, I can't be bothered," and he says to me, and we're both like, "Oh, but with Auntie, I can literally go, should we do a video together?" And she goes, "Yeah, let's go." Yeah. So it is like, it's nice.
So I think we should just sum up there.
Yeah. That
obviously
be nice to your mother-in-law. She loves you.
This is a positive thing we're trying to show. As much as we're trying to get exposure with it, and like obviously the likes and like the comments are nice. You, as in like we, as in plural.
Oh, so he's the behind the scene man.
Not even that. My TikTok is going a bit mental as well.
Because of us.
Because of them. So, but it's just a positive thing to show. Whether it's
quite nice because there are people seeing it from that it's not actually fake.
Yeah, because they're seeing me post them putting the tripod up for the lives, and then them on the live, and then it's like But it's nice to see and nice to do and nice to be around, and it's a positive. It's a positive thing because then, like, we'll go to bed and we'll be talking about the day, or we'll be talking about positive things that happened. We're not like moaning about, "Oh, this happened," or that, I had to do this or I had to do that, that kind of thing. So all in all, I hope you can take some kind of the positive from it, and you can kind of be influenced in a positive way that you might be able to inflict this kind of positivity and attitude with your family members.
And if you're new or you're about to get married, don't be scared of
don't be
mother-in-law.
There's so many different contexts to it though. Like
of course,
it could be that like there's so many different scenarios, but as Aisha said, and as Aisha is a daughter-in-law, and as my mum is a mother-in-law that's had that positive impact, feel free to like just drop them a message or comment on their videos and like give your input, and even comment on this. And obviously, there's more to be revealed. I'm not going to say what.
Yeah, we're not going to say,
but there's more to be revealed to it. There's gonna be more to come for them.
Yeah, don't say.
However, so that's why we're not going to use this platform just to promote that. But obviously this episode
just head over
kind
to
of,
my TikTok. You'll see everything. You'll
see everything on Aisha's TikTok and obviously mine as well. But yeah, if you're new to the podcast, please like and subscribe. We are slowly getting a few more here and there, but like. I think it's just going to take time. Like, this is just going to be one of them things that we have to do.
We might get 500 subscribers at the end of the year.
Yeah, but maybe not. Like, week in, week out, we're trying and...
We've still got 4 months left.
We've still got 4 months and...
5 months.
Yeah, there's just...
Inshallah, just spread it. Spread this podcast.
So if you're here from TikTok and you're watching this podcast... Share it, like it, subscribe it. If you're not here from TikTok and you're here from somewhere else, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. You can leave a comment on our Spotify now because they do a poll, which is natural. Literally, if you're on the episode, you can leave a comment and say what you think. And then if we have a list of comments, inshallah, we can kind of go through them and dedicate a certain segment to it.
We want to interact with you guys, but at the moment we've not got any.
Yeah, we don't really know. We don't really have much of a TBC audience yet. It is what it is. It's either family or a few friends have shared or whatever.
But we will get there, inshallah.
It takes time, and I've seen like so many podcasts that have to have like over 100 episodes, and then they get seen.
Yeah, we're halfway there.
But we're halfway there nearly, or 38. But
anyway, yes, thanks for tuning in.
Like and subscribe,
see you next
because
week.
I feel like a lot of you aren't liking and subscribing. This is the
people like, but they don't watch the video.
Yeah, don't like it, man. I'd rather have like. Well, actually, I'd rather have likes as well.
Really? I'd rather have more views.
I'd rather have more views, but thanks for listening anyway. Peace out.
To be continued.
Peace.